We have come to the last part of the chapter land. And from this part, we are going to study about ecosystem and how human being has been degrading our environment, leading to a negative effect on the ecosystems. Now, before beginning with the reasons behind the degradation of our ecosystem, let us first understand what is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is a relationship, an interaction, intermingling, and intertwining of abiotic and biotic factors of the environment. What is the meaning of abiotic factors? Abiotic factors are the non-living things in an environment like rainfall, sunlight, soil, air, water, etc. So what are the biotic components? The biotic components are the ones which are living beings. It can be anything from the smallest of bacteria and fungi to the largest of human beings and all sort of animals. Ecosystem can be of two types. First, it can be a natural ecosystem like forest land, grassland, desert ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. But man-made or artificial ecosystem is an ecosystem which is specifically made by human beings, like aquarium. It's a very small version of an aquatic ecosystem. We can also talk about croplands, like any wheat field or paddy field, which is also an artificial ecosystem. So how and why do you think that human beings have been destroying the ecosystem? The reason behind the destruction of ecosystem can be the continuous growing of population. The population pressure has been such that the land use pattern has changed to a drastic extent. What previously was a cropland, what previously was used for agricultural purposes, now are being used for something completely different, which is affecting the environment in a very negative way. Now let's discuss the reasons why and how the ecosystems are destroyed. The first point here which we are going to discuss today is migration of people. What is the meaning of migration of people? Migration means when people move from their native lands or dwelling places temporarily or permanently to some other regions. Specifically, the reason behind such a change or movement is because of search of jobs or because the salary structure varies from one place to the other. So people tend to move from a low paid area to a high paid area. Now what happens because of this migration? Once people migrate from a place to another place, the in-migration place, the place where the people have migrated, gets more populated. So when population increases, there is a creation of slums. There is a reason behind this particular thing, that is dwelling areas. If the dwelling areas are not sufficient, then forests are cut, which is deforestation, and housing places are built. Often we find that this leads to slums, which in turn increases the municipal wastes and domestic wastes. Often we find that the sanitation facilities are not proper, waste disposal are also not proper. There is an existence of very poor waste disposal. On the top of that, industries grow, which leads to various type of pollution. Even all sort of conveyance increases, which also leads to air pollution. So in total, migration creates a huge problem to a normal ecosystem. The balance is broken here. Now let's move on to the next point, urbanization. What is the meaning of urbanization? Urbanization means when there is an increase in the urban population with respect to the total population of a country. That means when people living in urban areas increase with respect to the people living in an entire country. Only then we call it urbanization. One of the major reasons behind urbanization is also migration. People migrate from rural areas to semi-urban and urban areas. Now, the impact on ecosystem is just almost the same like as we have seen in migration. What happens? There is deforestation, municipal and domestic wastes increases, there is water pollution, there is air pollution, there is increased consumption of all sort of renewable and non-renewable resources, specifically fossil fuels. So the ecosystems like grassland ecosystem, forest ecosystems, aquatic ecosystems all are disrupted. Okay. The next reason behind the destruction of ecosystem is construction of dwelling units. Dwelling units construction also is a part of urbanization. Let's see what happens. When in rural areas, croplands or cultivable lands are cleared to make housing settlements. So people have less amount of area to cultivate, or you can say even forest ecosystems are cleared off. Same thing happens in urban areas, but in urban areas multi-storied buildings are made. Even roadways, railways, hospitals, education institutions all are made and by clearing of the forests. So it has a greater impact on the environment. The ecosystem is destroyed in that particular area. On the top of that, more the dwelling units, more will be the municipal and domestic waste, as we have seen in the last 2 points. Plus water, soil, air, all will be affected because of the poor disposal of wastes. Increase in the municipal and domestic wastes, seepages into the tablelands, water quality degradation, everything is affected. The next reason behind the destruction of ecosystem is industrialization. Industrialization means when the country is going on for an expansion of its industries, huge amount of renewable and non-renewable resources are utilized. The first pressure which industrialization throws is on the natural resource. Renewable resources can be renewed, but non-renewable resources, it becomes almost impossible for any country to increase this non-renewable resources. So the impact on non-renewable resources is huge. We have seen in our real lives as where we have been often told to utilize the non-renewable resources lesser and lesser so that we can keep much amount available for our future generations. Let's move on to the next point. What do we see in the next point? We see that because of industrialization, there is environmental pollution. That is true. Because of the automobiles, due to industrialization and urbanization, there is also environmental pollution. What we see because of the industries let out harmful gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, and some suspended particulate matters in the air, which is very harmful. On the top of that, there are certain waste liquid or fluid which is let out in water bodies. This often leads to thermal pollution, and they are also very toxic in nature. When we talk about automobiles also let out pollutants like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, lead, which basically come out because of the burning of fossil fuels which are used to run these vehicles. One more thing that has a very big impact on ecosystem is agricultural activities. We all know that huge uses of chemical fertilizers and pesticides on the agricultural land destroys the land after all. What basically happens is that the water content of the land is reduced. Land becomes dry and automatically it gets infertile. On the top of that, agricultural runoffs, that means when this excess amount of fertilizers and pesticides flow away with the rainwater, they get mixed with surface water bodies, which leads to eutrophication. Eutrophication also destroys the water bodies. The next point which we are going to deal with is mining. Mining industry also has its own impact on land and ecosystem. The first and the foremost thing which the mining industry affects is soil. The exposed soil gets eroded. The tailings and the leftovers, the fine mineral waste in the rock piles, these all lead to a substantial sediment loading in the surface water bodies. On the top of that, excess amount of mine water is pumped out, so that decreases the water table level, plus deforestation. To make mines, huge and vast areas of forests are cleared off. So in total what we see, huge area gets destroyed. Not only the ecosystem in that particular area, but also the soil quality, the water table quality, everything gets destroyed. Next point which we are going to discuss is the construction of dams. Construction of dams also has its own importance plus negativities. Construction of dam really reduces the amount of floods during the rainy seasons, but it also stops the flow of nutrients to the lower levels, which comes down to the downstream along with the flow of the water bodies. Now when these nutrients are cut off, the regeneration of ecosystem in the lower levels of the water bodies is stopped. Food chain is affected. Biodiversity in these areas are basically harmed. Plus, for the construction of dams and water reservoirs, huge amount of forest lands and areas are cleared off. Natural habitats of vast number of animals and insects are destroyed. On the top of that, human being settlements are also removed from those areas. They need to be rehabilitated so that they can restart their own life in a very new way. This is also a problem for the ecosystem. Rehabilitation of these people who have been removed from their own localities and houses for the construction of dams needs a huge amount of money to be spent. The next and the last point, even though this is not the least one, is practicing of shifting cultivation. What is the meaning of shifting cultivation? Usually this is found in hilly areas. In hilly areas, what we see is that after the crops are harvested, the standing stalks are cut off and they are burnt. The ash is mixed with the soil so that the soil can regenerate its fertility. If this process of jhuming or shifting cultivation happens in smaller areas, then it doesn't affect the ecosystem because ecosystem regenerates itself. But if this happens in a vast scale, then the entire forest land in that area gets destroyed. This zooming or the process of shifting cultivation has been affecting the environmental in a very negative way. It has led to the degradation of the soil quality in that area. On the top of that, often land are found to become barren. So, this is the last part of your chapter land. From this entire chapter, only whatever has been marked and the PDF files which have been sent to you, you're going to study only that. Thank you, children.